Welcome back. So we've got about, at this point, 2 hours for the fuel to finish synthesizing. Cowboy noticed that there were a couple of other ships interested in people looking for the Kong units. And so it's a good possibility you've got 2 vessels on the way. And you've got 2 hours left to work with. So is there anything that we want to do in those 2 hours before
I have a quick
as far as exploring the ship?
I have a quick world question for you.
Okay.
Is it commonplace for the salvage ships to fire upon one another?
It does happen.
With a hull this big, probably?
Yes. Yeah, if they can take the salvage away from somebody, I mean, they're predators. You guys don't necessarily operate that way, but there are salvage teams that do operate that way, and you're aware of it. And especially this far out, with no one to
They can't hear you scream.
Basically.
I'm going to go ahead and get the weapons ready to go on.
You've sent a message to
IO.
IO, you sent it to?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a message going to IO that they'll receive, but all they have to say is that you guys tried to steal it from them and sent the message prematurely, and then they defended their salvage. I mean, it's you know that things like that happen.
I'm going to go ahead and get all the weapons ready on the Savage one. Sorry, Chef.
That's all right. Now, you mentioned the robot arm in the cargo hold.
Right.
That was to set out space stations, or
right. The supply station.
Well, all right. Are they any way of setting out a beacon where we're at and go ahead and move? That way the other salvage ships would come to here. We set up a thing kind of like a mine.
Like a crying baby. Set out a crying baby. Yeah.
Yeah, but we set it up where it's got an EMP mine on it that'll shut theirs down while we get away.
That sounds like it's something
you'll have to build it, but yeah, and you've got enough time you've got 2 hours, but it'll take your 2 hours to do that. That's what you'll be doing for the remainder of the 2 hours.
It'll be up to the captain.
Yeah, if the captain needs it.
So. Route.
Yes, Logan.
He was asking what anybody wanted to do, and I was just waiting until everybody else was done. I was gonna look for any armor or any other protective gear that may be here.
Okay, how are you gonna look for it, and where are you gonna look for it?
I'm probably gonna be in the armory. And if I don't find any there, then I'll move on to personal quarters. That I noticed they didn't really explore. They didn't seem to anyways.
Okay.
And I'll just start looking. I'm just looking for anything that they weren't looking for, like protective equipment, armor, that sort of thing.
Okay. Give me 3 rolls. Die 4 and a die 6.
First one, I exploded on the die 6 for a total of 9.
Okay. Do it again.
Second one, I exploded on the D4. Exploded twice. Hey, 3 times. For a total of 15 on that.
Okay, and then the last one?
And then the last one, exploded on the D4 twice. 3 times. This is getting absurd. 18.
I would gild that D4.
You want it? I could try to throw it through the screen at you. I'll give it to you. But anyways.
Okay. There is no armor in the armory. That's not where it's kept. The Kong units, their primary purpose was to defend the ship and they could also go outside the ship because they had sealed systems. That was their design and purpose. So they did not keep crew armor in the armory. You went into a few of the personal quarters. Let's say you went through 5 of them with those checks. Once again, you did not find anything armor-wise. You did find an aluminum baseball bat, which would make a very effective melee weapon.
Okay.
Hey, Meek, what'd you want to build that EMP out of? One of the food thingies?
Well, anything I could get.
I think it sounds like a great idea.
I think it would. That way, it would give us time.
And we've already got 2 of them over on the ship, and if we got that one that we were going to sell to get some running money, but you know, if we don't save the whole thing.
But if we don't make it with the ship, we're not going to have that money anyway, you know, so.
Exactly.
So do what you need to do, Meek.
So was the bat all I found?
He's doing the sensor thing right now. So now, yeah, he's building a sensor that we're going to drop out, a crybaby or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's what he's working on right now.
Yeah, with the EMP on.
EMP attached to it, so when they get there and find the crybaby, it'll trigger the EMP and give us more time.
Yeah, give me a smarts roll there, Chadwick.
All right, that is, I rolled a 2 and a 6.
Okay.
6 is on the good side.
Okay. The torpedoes, the additional torpedoes you find in the cargo bay, 2 of them have a setting that's set for EMP.
Oh, snap.
Cool.
Good job, Meek.
So you could actually modify it to be your crybaby and to set off an
We lost you, Johnny.
Uh-oh.
EMP wins. What now?
Kind of phase that there for a second.
You froze on us, Johnny.
Okay.
Now you're back.
All right. It's saying my internet is unstable. I don't know. It does that sometimes when we're doing this. I don't know.
You said that the torpedo had the EMP and we could set it out there on the EMP setting, and then you broke.
Right. Okay. You can basically, he can create the crybaby within the torpedo and set it out. And then when something comes up, the EMP will be set off.
Well, can it be sent out so it's moving away from us?
Well, yeah, it's got propulsion on it. It's a torpedo. So, yeah.
You want me to set some kind of navigation on it? Because we want it to look like we're trying to make it our way back inward. Because if we start sending it out further, they're not going to follow it. They're going to know it's a trap. We're assuming that they're as crafty and as smart as we are.
You're heading to Saturn first, right? The space station on Saturn. So it would be an entirely different trip to Io if you send the torpedo in the direction of Io when you go the other way with the beacon on it. That they would probably go after it. But it's an entirely different trip. They're in 2 separate. They're in the orbits are different places, so you would be in 2 separate places.
What do you think, Meek?
Saturn are not lined up.
You want me to set it up that way?
Yeah, or I can. I've got astrogation.
Go right ahead, brother.
Or what we can do is set them up in parallel routes. That way, when they come towards it, it goes off and leaves them defenseless, and we blow them out of the sky.
And have some more to salvage?
Yep.
But the only thing is,
but see,
there's 2 ships.
If we're nowhere near it, it can't be traced back to us.
Right.
Well, they know it's going to be us.
How?
Well, not just a random ship out there in space.
Well, not us. They don't know us personally, but they know. Yes, they do, because you're the one who did the ping. So they're going to know it's our ship. They know it's us.
Well, the other 2 salvagers do, but not the officials. Trying to keep
No.
this. You got to remember, because
talking
if we
about the officials.
blow up another ship,
Yes.
that makes us criminals.
No, we were defending ourselves.
However you want to play it, Captain. You're the boss.
But we're going to Saturn to go to the space station, right? Then we're going to IO.
Right.
Main thing is we get this claim on it.
Yeah, go ahead and send it to IO, and we'll go the other way.
Now, keep in mind that it'll fool one of them, may not fool them both. But we do have
We
a
got
second
two torpedoes.
torpedo. We might want to wait to fire that one until we know something else going on.
Sounds good to me.
And I'm going to also set it where it's not full throttle. It's going to be kind of a slow pace.
Like it's got some kind of cargo or drag behind. That's good thinking.
So, okay, to design that, I need you to make 2 repair checks for me.
All right. All right. One is a 3 and a 6, and the other is a 7 and a 1.
Okay, so is that with the +2 added in?
No, that's on notice. No, it's just straight up roll for repair.
So one of your rolls was a 6.
Yes,
Off a 6-sided dice?
Yes.
Well, you need to roll that 6 again.
You've exploded.
I rolled a 1.
So
A
7
7.
on that one. And then the other one, did you
You're
also?
rolling repair, not notice. So if you didn't roll a die 10, you need to do that.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 on the 10 and a 6 on the 6 for repair.
So then you
And then
added 1. So
That
that
was
would
a
be
7.
9 on the first one.
Oh, yeah, 9, because he's +2.
It's +2. And then what'd you roll on the next one? A 7 and a what? A 1?
Yeah.
So then you add 2 to that. So you got 9 on both checks, which is
Okay.
really good. That's with a raise on both of them. So you make a very good device. You've got everything exactly the way we need it. So you've created your crybaby and you've sent it out, and now you
Yep.
are
Ready to roll.
ready to roll.
All right. So are we initially towing with the Savage, or are we towing with the Enterprise first?
Or are we just going to set out with both of them flying?
You were just going to fly both of them.
That was the original plan, but David said something about towing them both. Sorry,
Right.
Sam said something about towing them both.
Well, to start with, the engineer said to tow while we were going. And I said, no, let's go ahead and let the fuel go. But then we decided we was going to go ahead and tow, so we've been towing this whole time. I thought.
I thought we were staying still. I thought because we were attached with an umbilical. We didn't do a tow package on it yet.
So that's what I thought y'all was doing, because that's what we was doing the whole time, is go ahead and be going that way while we're doing this.
No, we were just sitting
You've
still.
been exploring and things like that. Everybody's got to be in a station.
Yeah.
You can't just set the ship to go one direction and walk off from it.
Not that I know of. I think the pilot's got a pilot. And the sensor reading has got to be censoring.
Now, we got space exploration and stuff like that. We don't have no autopilots or anything like that.
That's what I was saying. I was like, that makes no sense. You point it in one direction, it flies. I mean, it's not like it's in the air and it's going to drift down or over the side.
I mean, it may do that, but we didn't do that. We stayed still.
I thought we've been flying this whole time.
No, we were sitting still doing repairs and getting the fuel put in and getting that ready and getting the shuttle ready to get moved over to us. We've been sitting still getting our salvage prepared to move. And now
So
we're
how far
moving.
away are we from Saturn now? We're still how
A
far?
long way. We're out there past Pluto. Yeah, we got a long way.
Yeah, you're looking at
Days of travel.
yes.
That's what I was thinking. Well, see, that's what I was saying. Is, I mean, 9 hours in space time is nothing. I mean, if we're just 3 hours away, I can see it then. It's right there.
No, we're not 3 hours
No.
away. That was 3 hours till we're done with the fuel getting
Fuel.
mixed.
Oh, okay. Well, carry on.
So what we got to decide: we're flying them separately, or are we one towing one for a portion and the other towing?
If we haven't been towing this whole time, there's no point. Might as well just wait
Okay.
then.
So am I flying the Savage and you're flying the
No,
Enterprise?
the other guy's got a D6. I'm piloting.
Yeah, the science officer, Mike.
That's officer.
Coop.
All right,
No, that's him.
Mike.
My
Yeah.
coordinates. Yeah.
All right, so who's with me then? Because I need at least 2 more people.
And we need 4 over here. So we're going
Right.
to take.
I'm going to go over to the Savage. I'm going to leave Coop over here with
You're gonna
Mike,
need. Yeah, you're gonna
and
need
Doc, and
Clay.
Clay. And we'll take the new chick with us.
Okay, well,
They've got to have 4 over there and 3 over here. We got to.
Cap, can I recommend?
All right.
Just she's very familiar with the weapon systems and all the systems in that ship. It would make more sense for her to stay there, so that way she can help out whoever's running that ship. It also would make sense if
Why would
you
she
were-
have knowledge of that when she is a counselor and she doesn't run weapons?
she
and
has
stuff?
she has
He
knowledge.
training
Yeah,
in all the areas.
she has training and all. She's been on that ship for months, years even. So
Okay.
she knows the ship. The other thing is, well, I don't know. You sure you don't want to be over there?
No, I want to be on my own ship.
Gotcha. Okay. With
So
the
if this
best
one
pilot,
gets blown away, you know, I'll be like, man,
with the best pilot in the galaxy, I don't blame you.
man, that sucks. We lost that salvage, all except for the stuff in the hole. But
All right. So, me, you,
sure, we'll take Doc with us.
and Doc over here. So Coop, Clay, Lisa,
Hey, Mike.
and Mike over there.
Mike.
I say we turn the beacon off of this Enterprise.
Sure. Yeah.
Easy enough done.
And on Captain's command, I think old Clay can fire a torpedo out into space.
I thought we already did that.
Well, we didn't.
I set it off.
Oh, you already sent it off? Okay, cool.
But
Been at least it's been at least an hour or so, but yeah. I don't know however long it's taken.
Could we ping the beacon from the salvage ship to this one?
What do you mean?
To duplicate it.
Make it look like it's part of the Savage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
He's trying to disguise the
Make
The
a
Enterprise.
doppelganger.
the Enterprise as if it's Savage 1 to make both ships ping as the Savage 1.
Yeah, he can do that. I mean, it would be a computer check.
Now,
Mike, Mike,
our towing capabilities, we just hook to a ship with a magnet and stick on it, then tow
It's
it.
a magnetic tether, but yeah,
So why don't we just magnetically tether it to the other ship and use this ship because it goes faster than we do? We only go 30,000 at full throttle, and it goes 55,000.
why aren't we towing?
No, why don't we just hook up Savage 1
Uh-huh.
to the Enterprise?
Right.
Use the Enterprise speed of 55,000, which is almost double ours.
So the Enterprise tows the Savage 1.
Right, but it's not really towing because we're just hooked up to it.
But if we can't keep up with it, it's going to be dragging us along.
We're not dragging on. We're hooked up. We're magnetically sealed to it.
Oh, just like, does the Savage 1 have that magnetic capability just to attach to
it
something?
does that, but you could probably rig something if you really wanted to. It'd take a little while.
Oh, that's what I was asking. If the towing thing was the magnetic thing that you were talking
No,
about.
it's like an umbilical that comes out
Oh.
and it attaches. It's like a wrecker. It's like you would a wrecker.
Oh,
And if
well.
we got to fly at 33 or whatever our speed is now.
Well, our impulse though is 6,000. Its impulse is only 5,000, so we got 1,000 more than it does. But if we full engine with it, it doubles our speed.
Because it has bigger engines than we do.
Yeah. But hey, we'll just fly around and we'll blow up stuff for it and protect it. Sound good?
Well, no.
No.
Make a smarts roll, Captain.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
My smarts is die 6. So 6 and 6.
Yep.
That's a 5 and a 5.
Okay. It occurs to you
I have occurred
that
something.
the Enterprise has a robotic arm that was designed to put things out into space.
Or pull
And
things
if
in.
you set that out and attach it to Savage 1, that would work as a towing mechanism.
So we could just ride along the Enterprise.
I mean, your speed would be reduced to 45, not 55, because you'd be towing something.
That's still 15,000 more than
But it's
us.
still faster, yes.
All right, let's do that. And that way
All
we just have to press the button, we unhook, and we go to war and blow stuff up.
Let's do it.
How is that mining laser hooked up?
It's not.
It's sitting in the
It's
cargo
just,
hold right
it's just
now.
sitting in the cargo hold right now. We didn't have enough time to do everything.
But
Yeah, I know
since,
that.
since we're underneath it, we can still fire our weapons.
Yes. Weapons can still be fired from the... And in the event that you need to, it's a real simple, it's just a lever to remove the robotic arm and release it.
Now, on
And
the
that goes
paperwork you
through.
gave us,
So,
it says we have 4 rails in our left rail gun, 4 rails in our right left gun, and 4 rails in our turret. Or is that 4 rails all together?
there's 4 in each at each railgun.
Plus the additional rails
Plus
that we
6.
moved over. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So we actually got 22 rails.
Now
I mean,
keep in mind every time we
18.
fire it, it's got to be manually reloaded.
So it's 24. You've got a total of 24.
24, yeah.
I like that.
So you basically have 8 at each station unless you want to.
Let's see. That works. So
Plus the laser batteries on the Enterprise.
And it has 8 torpedoes left now.
Yeah, 8 torpedoes left.
No, there was 10, and then you sent one out. So
And
there's
we got the
Right,
other one.
nine. Well, I'm not including that one if we want to use it for a crybaby.
Right, because he did 2 MPs,
Right.
so we took them out. That leaves 8. All right,
shot one MP, and he's keeping one
Right.
at bay. Okay.
Right,
that leaves 8.
but we're not including those as weapons. We're including those as distractions.
I think that's math correct, isn't it? 10 minus
Yeah.
2 is 8.
But now 4 of them are with the torpedo launcher, and the other 4 in the cargo hold. So those will have to be moved. 4 of those will have to be moved to the launcher.
Isn't enough room to go ahead and move them now?
I mean, while we're in transit, I'm sure we can move them.
I mean, if it only has space for 4 in there, then we can't. But I mean, can we put 4 more in there?
We can at least put them in a corridor or something closer to it. So all you got to do is take them 5 feet instead of 150 feet.
Okay, so you're towing the Savage. So who is on the controls? Let's find out where everybody is. And who's doing what?
I'm in the cockpit of the Savage.
I am doing the guns of the Savage because I got a D8 on shooting.
Okay, well, you would, okay.
I
The
fire the
left
weapons.
and the
as well.
right controls are with your cowboy.
Ah,
He
I'm the
can
only-
he can move and shoot in the same round. That's
I'm the only person who can do that.
ability.
cool.
But now he has to have somebody there to reload for him.
Right.
And there's a turret, right?
Ordinarily, in a combat situation, you would have one on either of the guns, and then cowboy sitting in the cockpit, and then you would have your security officer there, Coop, in the turret, and then another person reloading for him.
So we can't have the turret railgun because we only got 3 people, correct?
Right. That is correct.
So I'm on one and the doctor's on the other reloading it.
So,
if
well,
the situation
basically,
comes to it.
what's going to, well, you can do it that way.
And what else? Wait,
And then once you fired all the rails from the forward guns, the left and right, then two of you can go back in the turret and Cowboy can still fly.
or we can
You
bring
do it that way.
those other 4 up here, 2 on each side, and have 6 shots in each one of these. And
It's up to you. It's up to you, Captain.
As long as I have something to fire when I pull the trigger, I don't care. However you want to do it.
right,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's what we're gonna do. Let's bring the 2 rails. 2 rails. We have 6 on each side. We get the turret. We'll use your gun and skill.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we'll take the torpedoes up there, and we'll have the 4 torpedoes and 4 torpedoes ready to go up there. Because they got the left and right lasers, so they don't have to be reloaded. They can, whoever's Mike can shoot both of those.
Or Coop. Coop's a good shooter.
What they trained me for.
So there's a different way to shoot than the pilot thing?
Yes. I'm the only pilot that can shoot and fire, but then there's torpedoes would be somebody who's like a weapons officer. That's all they do.
Yeah, he has a special ability that allows him to shoot and fire.
Okay, got you.
For anybody else that's flying, somebody else has to fire the weapons.
Right.
Got you. So you're going to be shooting, and who's going to be reloading?
What's got
We got her or him.
It's got-
I
it's
thought the
gotta
whole
be
reason why
fun.
we was leaving her over there was to shoot.
And well, somebody's got to be on the sentry controls too. They use
So
the
what we're going to do
computer.
here, none of us going to be on the sentry control if we're reloading for you.
Well, if we're not fighting, somebody's got to be on it.
Right. You've got to have somebody on your scanners because there's a lot of debris in space.
And
But we don't have to worry about that when we go to
fight.
fighting then?
When we go to fight, I wouldn't worry about the sentries, right?
Right. You drop the scanner when you go into a combat.
Okay. So we're going to put her on.
She's on the Enterprise.
Right, we're going to put her on scanning,
Right.
and then whenever it starts fighting,
She can start helping Clay reload.
she'll reload with Clay. Wow.
Cooper's firing and Mike is flying.
There you go. That works for me.
Johnny, you said on the Enterprise that it was both. Somebody had to both do thrust, and then another person had to steer.
Right. It's basic, technically 2 pilots. to
Okay, I'll
operate.
co-pilot unless we need to shoot. Then be fine.
What
I can
kind of
do
ships
that.
are
Right.
these? I mean, this sounds like something I put together.
Well, the
Now, in
Enterprise,
a combat situation, you only need the helm. You don't need.
but it's like a Star Destroyer. The Enterprise is like a Star Destroyer. It's not going to be doing a whole bunch of evasive maneuvers. It's going to be sitting there firing its lasers. Whereas we are like the Millennium Falcon, and we're going to be flying around shooting all over the place.
You'd probably be closer to an X-wing than a Millennium, but yeah.
But then the other one is just going to be sitting there using its laser batteries firing and its torpedoes firing. But the pilot's just going to be like, well, we're heading for that big place. I'm going to try to steer it. And then that's it. You know, there's not going to be a whole lot.
So can we design better ships? Because, I mean, this is pretty horrible. You need a pilot and an engine person to run a ship. And
A big ship.
why?
Not our ship. Our ship, I control everything.
But what I'm saying is why?
It's the first generation.
Yeah, this isn't the same as ours.
We still don't need that on the space shuttle. It just says it's the same thing. You got one guy that pilots it and
But
does
the
the
space
thrusters.
shuttle is a
This is
small.
bigger than a space shuttle.
Yeah, this is
It's
a.
the same thing. You point it
How
in the
many
direction
how many
you go.
people are on the bridge of the Star Destroyer? Think about it. How many people
10?
are on the bridge of the actual
20?
Enterprise?
10, 20?
There was a helmsman in I forget what navigator. You had Chekhov and Sulu flying the ship.
That's just because they needed more people on the bridge so they could have more actors. Come on now.
Yeah, on the bridge, you had a communications,
Science,
the
engineering,
science, the
Weapons.
operations, which was the weapons, and you
and
had the helm and
the helm, the captain,
and the other one.
and the
First
navigator.
officer.
Navigator. navigator.
Something like that for the propulsion. Basically, they turn on the warp engines or whatever. So, I mean, it's based off of that.
So,
Only you don't have a science station and you don't have a communication station.
and we're flying a military style cruiser through space with 8 ragtag salvagers. So, we're doing the best we can, right?
Sounds like it.
With the tools that we have. And I would be completely wasted over on the other ship.
Hence the reason why you're where you are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go.
Off we go.
All right.
All right, Mike, get us going. I'm going to sit here and catch a cat nap.
So, who's running the scan on the Enterprise?
Your girl, Lisa.
Girl. Okay, let me. And who's doing scans for the
Doc.
dock? All right.
It's all on you, John. Don't fail us.
Well, Doc's been rolling great all night, so
Oh, famous last words.
So you're moving along, you're piloting. About 6 hours after you begin your propulsion, a distress call comes in from the Windswept stating that they've lost all power to their vessel.
Woo!
How close are they?
How close are they? Probably about 3 days away from where you're at.
It was probably my EMP.
Yeah, probably so. But if it's the AMP, they wouldn't have communications either.
Unless they have an emergency backup.
Like what? Yes, that's good.
They'd
Quit
have to
poking,
have an
quit poking
emergency
holes.
backup. Communication-
Emergency backup works for everything. Got you.
Quit poking holes.
I
Star,
stopped.
Star Wars fan.
Well, this here is the Savage One, and I'm afraid we're a little bit out from being able to help you.
We'll send word.
We'll send
You
help when
stay
we
there,
get
we'll
there.
go get help. You stay here, we'll go get help.
What exactly happened? Why did you lose all your power and electronics? Just curious.
So in about an hour, you get the response back that they were, they got a beacon signal and they went to investigate. And when they got to the signal, they think an EMP was released.
That's
Oh,
bad
dude,
news.
that's horrible. I mean,
That is
can
bad
nothing
news.
be sacred nowadays? I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Sounds horrible.
You get no response after that.
Oh, that's one ship down. One ship to go.
The
A bonus to Meep for that fine, fine work. Good talking to you, Meep.
Yep. I'm probably working on something.
I'm hoping you're setting up the next beacon that we're fitting to ship out.
You want me to set up another one?
Please, sir. But we're going to do something different on this one. Let's make the beacon on it be the Enterprise.
Well, that's what the other one was.
The
Yeah,
last
the other
one was
one, the
Enterprise
big
too.
Enterprise.
Well, then set it up as our beacon then. Then we're going to turn off both our beacons.
I mean, because they know it's us who has the Enterprise. And they would probably figure that we would turn off their beacon.
And if they know it's us, I don't know, maybe if we do another EMP, maybe we should just drop it dead in space.
Right in line with where we're going.
Yeah, kind of behind us. Maybe to trail us. Maybe we could stop it later.
Or just have it go to IO from where we're at. Like we diverted until now, and now that we're confident that ship is dead, we've now reorientated ourselves.
So the other one is going to be the Glaive.
Do we know where it's at in space?
No.
And
You're
compared
not
to
sure,
us?
no.
So if
Sensors
we
aren't that good.
So if we set up another one of these torpedoes or two and set them up their navigation where they follow us at a certain distance behind us, maybe one to the right and one to the left.
We only got one left.
Yeah, the other torpedoes aren't set up for EMP. Only two of
Okay,
them.
I thought there's two. I thought there's several more.
I just one.
No, there's only two.
Actually, if we fired that torpedo as an EMP from the ship and it hit the other ship, would it not cause an EMP then?
The only thing I worry about is us being too close to it.
Us getting trapped in the EMP.
Unless, of course, we set it up with a magnetic grapple where it attaches to their ship before it goes off.
That apparently doesn't seem necessary with how the windswept has been affected.
Oh, well, carry on. We'll leave it in our wake. And if it hits them, it hits them. If not, then we kill it. I think 2 ships against 1 will be just great.
What about those nanobots? Was they totally destroyed?
Y'all ever went back and checked?
If they wasn't, why don't we put those with the torpedo? That way when they take it in and they open it.
Well, the EMP would destroy the nanobots.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not saying set the in.
He's saying set up a different crybaby. Set up the beacon
With the nanobots.
with nanobots
And
in
then
it.
when they open the beacon up, it attacks their ship.
That would take way longer for it to be effective, though.
Yeah, that'd take a long time.
Well, they would have to be, their crew would have to fight them.
Well, we just put another EMP, and if they're going to take it in, then
Because an EMP disables everything. It burns everything out. So,
except for the emergency systems.
except for the emergency systems. So, they're dead in
You gotta
space.
protect life support. I mean, come on.
So they're dead in space. They've got to unfuse like weapons boards and engine boards and thruster boards, and EMPs are a mess. That's like if anything ever happened like that over us, we would be in deep trouble. Life would come to a
Catastrophic.
standstill. Life would come to a standstill.
But that's one of the different subsystems are not online until afterwards, and then they bring them up. So,
But I recommend just like we originally planned, drop the EMP torpedo in our wake and just keep hauling ass.
Yep.
That's the pilot's recommendation.
okay, I press the button and launch it.
All right, so it goes out. It's doing its thing. You
I'm gonna get
travel
on the
about probably approximately 2 more hours, and there is another communication. This time it is from the McAvoy.
Uh-oh.
The McAvoy is not a salvage ship.
Oh. Is it a rescue
It's
ship?
listed as a stealth fighter.
Oh.
Say stealth fighter.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Hello, McAvoy. What can we do for you?
Yeah, we came across a beacon
Uh-huh.
for the Savage 1,
Really?
and all of a sudden our systems went down.
Really? That sounds like somebody's trying to slander my name. Are y'all in trouble?
Well, we're going to be floating out here for a while.
Well, I'm going to log where you're at right now. And as soon as I
Two
can get
hours
some...
away from your location.
Do what?
About 2 hours from your current location.
About 2 hours from our location now. I'm going to log that in for you. And as soon as we get to Mars, we're going to send some help back for you, okay?
There's no response.
So, gentlemen, I think we might have some company coming.
Did they say the stealth fighter, like the governmental stealth fighter?
No,
Like-
this is not government.
Oh, well.
This
Sounds
is
like pirate to me.
Well, so we got one more shit up the glaive. The Dungeon Master didn't want us to EMP. So,
That would take all the fun out of it.
Yes.
We may have some stealth technology here in a few minutes.
All
How about me?
right.
But everyone, let's go to Orange Alert. Prepare to engage as soon as
And-
Scatter
okay,
say.
so let's do when. All right. The doc does his scan. He doesn't detect anything, but when Lisa does her scan with the Enterprise, she gets 2 pings.
What kind of pings?
They are designated as Salvage 1, no, I mean not Salvage 1, Salvage 8,
glaive.
known as the Glaive, and Salvage 10, known as the Shark.
Ah,
Incidentally, you are familiar with the Shark, Captain.
We're going to need a bigger ship.
so
The
What do I know about the
captain,
Shark?
The captain of the Shark is Dmitry Petrov.
gee,
You've both served on the same vessel during the asteroid wars, and you did not like one another.
hello, Dimitri. I see you're out here being a
No,
scum
you
as
don't-
usual.
It's going to be another hour before you reach them, but they
Well-
are headed your way.
You want to go ahead and detach me? Or you want
Huh?
to wait? Imagine the captain if he wants to detach us or wait until they're close.
Well, I'm looking at the time, and I think if we take a break now and then came back and got ready to do some combat,
Okay.
and then we do the combat, and that should wrap us up.
Oh, you're going to do 4 hours just like Jonathan, not 5 hours, huh?
I don't think you understand how long this combat can take.
Well, I was hoping to
this
stretch it out to
combat
2
can take
hours.
a while. Huh?
I want it to go 2 hours.
Well, it might,
Okay.
and if it doesn't, we may move on beyond that.
Okay.
But that's
'cause-
what I'm planning right now. I'm planning for combat and be done just in case.
well, I always like to have 5 episodes, not 4, but
Okay.
we're going to break right here, and we'll be back in a moment.